Hello.
Hey friends, Bedros Keuilian here, and today I want to talk to you about starting a fitness bootcamp business and what it really takes to build a bootcamp business that's doing six figures and then some. Now what I mean by that is, how can we quickly build a bootcamp that's generating $100,000 a year, which is about $8,333 a month, and then take it to $200,000, $250,000, even $300,000 a year? Let me tell you first and foremost that that's very possible, and I know this because we have many Fit Body Bootcamp locations doing this, and we have many of my coaching clients who are non-Fit Body Bootcamp locations and run group training and boot camps doing numbers like $200,000 to $300,000 a year. However, there is a formula to it like everything else, and that's what I want to teach you in this video. So thing number one you have to do is understand that you're never going to build a solid business when you're running a boot camp like a job or a hobby. Now I say that because I see way too many trainers building, or at least trying to build a business outside, like in a park environment, in a school parking lot, at the beach. And here's why that doesn't work. You're going to have to deal with too many outside elements that you have no control over. One, for example, is the weather, the inclement weather, the temperatures, whether it's raining, it's too dark in the winter times in the mornings and people don't want to come. Number two is the city may want to kick you out of the park, the school may want to eventually kick you out of their property, or the beach may decide that, hey, you're causing a nuisance. So there's a lot of elements of even liability that you have to be aware of. For example, one of my coaching clients back in the day was running a boot camp in a park, and as the seasons changed and it got light a little later, one of his very early morning boot camps, I believe it was like a 6 a.m. boot camp, a client tripped over a tree root. And as you can imagine, she got hurt and there was a whole issue of liability there. And ironically enough, of course, the client attempted to sue him and the city shut down all boot camps right away. And more cities are doing that now, rightfully so, because there is a high chance of liability when you're having people who are deconditioned running around in parks, tripping over roots and slippery grass and sprinkler systems, etc. Now, if you want a successful boot camp, you've got to bring that boot camp indoors and run it like a business and not a job or a hobby. So thing number one is find yourself a location. But you've got to find a location that's not too big, because every square footage that you don't use, you're still paying for. So I see way too many people making the number one mistake, which is getting a location that's too big. Listen, you could always grow into your bigger location down the line. Right now, if you're going to start a fitness boot camp, you ought to consider looking at anywhere from like 1,500 square feet to maybe 2,500 square feet. You don't need showers in there. You just don't. You need a bathroom, maybe two if the place already has two bathrooms. If not, you can get away with one bathroom. Your workout floor, ideally should be around 1,400 square feet. You can get away with 1,000 square feet if you have a smaller location. You don't need a lot of contraptions in there, right? And we're not here to talk about the equipment you need. We're talking about the business side of things. But keep your square footage low, number one. Number two, before you commit to a 5-year lease, consider trying to negotiate a 2 or 3-year lease, so that if you have to find a way out, you're committed for a shorter period of time. Thing number three is make sure you negotiate a lease and bonuses, right? So you're not just trying to negotiate an awesome lease for yourself, like dollar per square foot. You're actually trying to get yourself a couple of free months in the front end. For example, you might be able to negotiate 3, maybe even 4 months of no rent in the beginning. We were able to do that with my Ontario Fit Body Bootcamp location, and it worked out nice. Gave us a nice little cushion where we didn't have to pay our rent for 4 months. You can also negotiate TI, tenant improvement, where the actual landlord will pay for X amount of dollars of improvement to happen to the facility. Now, let's get to the business side of things as it relates to marketing it. So how do you get your first clients? Well, the easiest, fastest, most effective way to get clients these days, if you already don't have an email list, because your email list is the number one way to do it. But the second easiest, fastest way, if you're just kind of going into a new area, you don't know anybody, is going to be Facebook. You're going to start a fan page and you're going to quickly start putting motivational tips and content on there very quickly. So one, you're going to start a Facebook fan page and you're going to start targeting ads to people in that community, typically women between the ages of, let's say, 28 and 58, right? and you're gonna offer them a low barrier program. Don't just go, hey, we've got a boot camp now in town, come try us out. That is not a good ad. A good promo or ad that you're gonna run on Facebook would be something to the effect of, you're targeting these women, 28 to 58 years old. They would be within 5 to 10 miles of your location. The offer would be either a 14-day or a 21-day program that costs anywhere between, let's say, $29 and $79. So it's a small short-term program for a small amount of money for them to try you out. And of course, this is the opportunity for them to try you out, get to know your facility, the types of workouts you do, and to get to know, like, and trust you. Because as you might know already, people will not buy from you unless they know, like, and trust you and love your workouts. So a low barrier program allows them to try it out without the high risk. So moving on to getting more clients, well, you gotta get out from behind the computer, because that is a big mistake that a lot of new business owners make, is they wanna hide behind the computer and do Facebook marketing and online marketing and Yelp and this, that, and the other. Listen, people are still out and about in the city. So see where your ideal clients are. If your clients are between the ages of 28 and 58, where do they shop? What grocery stores? Maybe on a weekend you can go and set up a body fat table and do body fat testing, right? And you're gonna let them know what their body fat test is. You're gonna offer them a free week to try out your facility as kind of a grand opening thing. And this is an opportunity for you to get their name, email, and phone number and add them to your email list, which kind of leads us to the next thing, right? So we went from online to offline, back to online. You've got to focus on growing that email list. And you can grow that email list in many ways. You can grow it offline by doing the body fat test table at the businesses that your ideal customers or clients go to. You can also do more offline marketing by going to businesses who have, between 10 and, let's say, 50 employees, and offering to do a lunch and learn, where you simply teach them fat loss strategies and nutrition tips for about 30, 40 minutes while they're having lunch. So you're adding value to their life as you're educating them. Of course, you capture their email information, their contact information. You offer them all a free week to try you out. And again, you came to them with goodwill, you came to them with a giving hand, and they're most likely to come in now because they know, like, and trust you after this mini seminar, and they're willing to come in and try you out for a week. And of course, if they love your program, they're gonna sign up, right? But you've got to remember to build that email list, because when you have an email list, you've got clients on tap, and that's super important. So when you build your website, so let's talk about that, you definitely wanna have an opt-in or a free offer for an ebook, a report, a 2-week home workout video series even, right? Or a nutrition series that they can give you their email address in exchange for this report or ebook or video series where you educate them, motivate them, inspire them, and again, build that know, like, and trust factor. Because as you build your Facebook fan page following, as you run Facebook ads to a sales page with a low barrier offer, as you run a Facebook ad to a squeeze page that makes a offer, give me your email address in exchange for a free recipe book or a home workout guide. You're building your email list, you're getting clients in as low barrier offers, and you're getting new clients in from local businesses who are going to feed people into your business. So now what do? Do you start them all at $197 a month or $200 and $300 a month? No, you probably want to start between $99 and, let's say, $120 a month, right? That's where you start. My rule of thumb is for every 20 clients that you get, you raise the price on the next 20 clients by about $20 a month. And you keep doing that until you hit that glass ceiling where you feel like, all right, it's getting harder to close people. Now for you, it might be $177 a month. It might be $199, it might be $240. Depends on where you live and your closing skills and your ability to sell, right? But at the end of the day, you wanna strategically raise your rates $20 at a time for every 20 new clients that you get, right? And when you do this, you're kind of building confidence for yourself. You're not selling something at a high price right away that's kind of scary to do and difficult to do. Your earlier adopters, guess what? They scored, they get a low price that they pay per month, and they retain that price forever. I'm not a big fan of raising the price on your new or your existing clients. And of course, now let's talk about what it takes to get to $100,000 a year. So really, when you think about it, all you really need is 49 clients at $197 per month to get you to $100,000 a year reoccurring. Once you get to that mark, you typically want to start getting into the idea or the concept or the habit of getting referrals, because referrals are the #1 way to build your business from the inside out. Now, there's two things that impact your client referrals. #1, when you make a promise, you got to deliver that promise. So if a client comes in or a new person comes in, they sign up, they become a client, you told them that over the next 6 months that they can lose 30, 35, 45 pounds, you've got to deliver on that promise. Now remember, clients like to self-sabotage, they might flake and not show up, they might get lazy after a while, they might lose interest. It's your job and my job as the coaches, as the trainers, to keep them motivated and inspired and reach out to them and constantly get them back into the system. Because when a client signs up and does not get results, even if it's their fault, they're gonna blame you for it. And they're not gonna tell their friends, family, coworkers, or neighbors, right? On the flip side, if you deliver the results as promised and then ask for referrals, you will get the referrals. So the only two things that you need to do to get a ton of referrals is 1, build a reputation as the person who delivers the results as promised. And then #2, ask them for referrals, because that is the hugest mistake anyone ever makes is they forget to ask for referrals. And so if you're delivering the results, but you're not asking your clients for referrals, your clients are not gonna remember to do that, to go and tell their friends, family, coworkers. You've got to actively always ask for referrals in many creative ways, whether running referral contests, letting them give away gift cards for your business, sending them a handwritten thank you card and reminding them in the handwritten thank you card that, hey, I'm not too busy for your referrals. I'd love to help your friends, family, coworkers, right? So deliver the results, ask them for referrals, and you will get the referrals. You'll build that email list, you'll make them low barrier offers, you're gonna have your fan page, you're gonna run Facebook ads to get clients into your low barrier offer, and also to get people to give you their email address in exchange for a free report or video. And that, my friend, is how you build a 6-figure and beyond fitness bootcamp business. Now, if you want more help growing your fitness bootcamp business, just click the link down below and you'll go to my blog and you'll learn a lot more about growing your fitness business. See you later.